These people are playing, using their imaginations, creating fantasies, but most importantly, being part of a community. That's one of the best things play can do for us. It helps us belong. In this hour, we'll look at how that happens and why it matters so much for us and for every other social species on the planet. Play doesn't get much bigger than this. 60 different parades, hundreds of balls, dances, and parties, both organized and spontaneous. A festival that lasts for months instead of days. This is the oldest, longest, most complicated, and most famous celebration in America. Mardi Gras in New Orleans. The oldest traditions of play are on display here. Masks, costumes, disguises. It's celebration as excess. The community giving itself permission to be outrageous, to mock, to be silly, to take on new identities, to be famous or anonymous. As they say, you can eat, drink, and be merry, if merry is who you really want to be. Or you can be anyone else you care to be, including yourself. Mardi Gras caters unashamedly to the senses. Its origins are in Roman Catholicism, an indulgent community celebration just before the self-denial of Lent. But the roots of Mardi Gras can be traced back to ancient pagan festivals.
What all festivals have in common is you go to extreme lengths with things you do, with your body, with your representations and masks. Well, they're almost like a defiance of mortality.
And I think it's almost like a psychological safety valve for the community to blow off steam. I can't imagine life in the city without it. Well, since 1857, there have been 13 years that we didn't have Mardi Gras, little interruptions like world wars and yellow fever epidemics, but basically the show goes on. 1979, the police went on strike in New Orleans, so the parades were canceled in New Orleans proper, but people still celebrated in the streets. You cannot kill the spirit of Mardi Gras.
For many people in New Orleans, the 12 days of Mardi Gras parades are preceded by 353 days of preparation. Blaine Kern's family has been in New Orleans for 9 generations, and his entire working life has revolved around Mardi Gras. Today, his company makes floats for over 40 Mardi Gras crews, the clubs that are the basic organizational unit of Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras, to me, it's my whole life. It is. It's my love, my passion. I walk through the dens here and I see things being created and I get excited. It's not just a day here. It's not just a season. I want to emphasize that. It's a tradition that goes on for hundreds of years.
Since 1958, Blaine Kern has been the captain of the Krewe of Allah, based in his neighborhood on the west bank of the Mississippi.
Got certain families that have been in Allah for generations, and it's passed on from father to son to grandson. And it means a lot because these friendships, these are lifelong friendships and associations that people never let go of.
Of the 500,000 people who live in New Orleans proper, almost 2/3 are African American. In their communities, Mardi Gras is also the most important time of the year. They too prepare for the festival all year long, but they don't see any reason to wait all year for the party to start. For months before Mardi Gras begins, impromptu weekend celebrations called second line parades pulse through the city's African American neighborhoods. When the real festival finally arrives, the second liners will form the retinues for some of Mardi Gras' most spectacular participants, the legendary Mardi Gras Indians.
For years, Mardi Gras Indian was a mystery. People wonder why they dress as Indian, call themselves Indian. But it go back to slavery days.